Alrighty. Welcome everyone, this is Cagorathe, and today we are on to episode number 28 of the Factorio Space Age modded playthrough. Last episode, we got a bunch of these buildings done. We finalized a couple other pieces we were working on. I think last episode specifically, we spent almost the entire time in this building and this building to try to get as much processing as possible. This particular one will set us up with Unicomp, which is super useful as one of our universals. The other universal is one that we are going to be hopefully getting into soon. I need to check. Actually, let me throw my building down here. There we go. Excuse me. Oh, something I noticed from my other world, which I was playing on. The Omega drill is way better than the bucket wheels most of the time. It has a much higher grid on it. So this one's a mining area 15 by 15. I think the Omega drill is like 25 by 25 or something. It's significantly larger. And so the goal is going to be to switch to Omega drills on the primary planet, especially with the pollution cloud. But when we go to other planets where regular mining and pollution isn't a thing, then we'll be able to get away with a bit more. So in the meantime, a couple projects to work on today. I'm going to projects I'm going to work on real quick. I want to keep working on this iron ore. I want to keep working on this ore patch. I need... Pardon me. I ate something that didn't necessarily agree with me, so it's giving me the coughs. Okay. All right, and then we're going to throw down one of you. And then... there we go. Yeah, I want to get these timed to keep mining. In the long run, I might end up leaning into the... oh, do I not have them researched yet? I might lean more into the deep core stuff. These guys. I might lean more into the Moho mining drills, but we shall see. Like I said, once we officially swap over to the Tiberium for the... this one's molten, right? Molten Tiberium. Yeah, molten Tiberium. I was doing thumbnails this morning and got caught up for where I currently am, which is nice. Yeah, so this gets me through molten. With molten though, we have... oh, that's right. Substrate is weird, right? Substrate got an update and it's weird now. Yeah, so substrate is used to make primed reactant, blue Tiberium primed reactant. It can be turned into Tiberium data from chemical tests. It can be synthesized into blue. This is that thing I was talking about where, like, technically we can make blue. We don't necessarily have to, allow it to grow in the patches normally. Like, so over here, this is a good example. This patch is very, very blue at this point, right? We're at 1.5 million blue, just in blue. So I don't necessarily need to let it get into blue like that. I can work on other things for it instead. Now, I did notice, so this was a couple episodes ago, we got the Tiberium rounds started. I kind of wanted to see... I think we're about 85 to 90% done with the rounds. I know that this design is actually quite good here, because as the rounds flow through, it will auto filter the reds back out, which is helpful. So, and a lot of that is directly based on when and how often we get attacked. So anyway, so we are about ready to start working on substrate. I also was thinking about quality as well. So the goal is going to be to set up quality completely through swear I was listening to that and things were a little loud. Hang on, I'm going to go back to sound. I'm going to turn music down again. Let's make this like 3. I swear it was still loud when I was listening to stuff earlier, and I was like, man. But anyway, so the goal here is I think we're going to lean more into, because we have substrate officially, right? We have substrate. Can we turn things out of substrate yet? No, that's this one, nuclear physics. Okay, put that on there for a minute. Let's see if it's going fine or if it plummets. It looks like it's going fine for now, which is good. Oof. Yeah, purple, we're still suffering on the purple front, and that's part of like what we're working on through these buildings here. Okay, so let's do a quick thing here. I have a blueprint for blue that I need to put down. Is it that one? No, that one's the outside blue. This one. But I need to double check. Yeah, it's upside down. We want it that way. Okay, and then we need to switch it to red. Yeah, this is our blue build here. So these guys here, this is currently set up to use Quarry MK3s to drill for the gas. I can pull it from my production line instead. Either one is fine. It's not a huge deal either way. Excuse me. Anyway, I'm going to pull out, and so I'm not directly doing it. Yeah, see, because it's right here, and this is where I usually have it stop at, so I can literally just feed it in anywhere here. So I can just go like there, like that. Which are you? Express? Do I have this not upgraded yet for that? I don't. Hang on. We need to change blue to red. Like that, because I've had it on the wrong one this whole time and it's driving me nuts. Okay. Okay. So this one here needs to plug into this one here. So we can go just like that. Okay, nuclear physics is thinking about it's not bad. I mean, we're trudging along at like 34 science per minute, which isn't horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. What are we waiting on? Is it just the reds? Oh, it's reds, and reds aren't currently flowing at all this direction. Okay, so let's go like this. We're gonna copy this guy here like that, and then give it power. We're then going to come over to here. Let's make sure there's no more red flowing out anywhere else. You are, but you're not going to anything anymore, so I can yank you out. Like that. Like that. And say, in theory, I've got night vision on, but I don't really see it on. There we go. Okay. We're going to copy this one. Like, oh, I need you to not do that. Nope. Yep. I was gonna say, I need you to not. We're changing this. This is gonna be the other red. Yeah, I'll look into that. I'm not sure on this one quite yet. Blue does take... Yeah, blue does take it, so we'll have to feed that in as well. Okay, so that's fine. All right, so now we have red flowing to here, and then this will start dumping. Perfect. Okay, so that side's good. This side here is continuing on. This side we have 8 machines going, which are currently kicking out at 100% productivity. So we're popping out at about... Oh, you're the wrong building. This one, 2 per second. Yeah, so it's not bad. It's a little slow, but it's not bad. Yeah, I'll have to start working on that soon. Okay, this is going to be purple, which we'll have set up in a minute. Currently, red is now flowing back down again. It's actually quite a bit of red, so we'll see if it's actually going to keep up for a bit now. Yeah, it looks like that's the one that's missing. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to be a little more directionalized for my playthroughs now, where like a bunch of my episodes I would hit like 2 or 3 different things within a very short period of time, and it wasn't necessarily helpful. Okay, you guys need green as the primary, right? So green is here. Also, this version of green here needs to be torn down completely. This one is green, but it needs to be the packed greens, which are these guys. Okay. Let's grab that one. Okay. And then this guy here should be purple. I call them purple. They're depending on the light, they're either blue or they're purple. They're one of the two. But it's kind of hard to tell which depending on the lighting. It's like, Anyway, this one right there is going to be red. Okay. Green, and then we need red. Red is here. I had a red here. Blue is going to be coming out right here. So right here is probably going to be where we connect back in. Where is that at? Middle. So this is middle here. So we're going to go like that. Reestablish some lines here. This is blue. Okay, we're gonna go like you, but this one is going to be like that because this is now the packed blue here. But we still need red, which is this one here, so we need to go like that. And then we need to do like that. Like that. And then I have one building in here ready to go, and then we've got these guys coming in as well. Perfect. There we go. Okay. That officially has us a couple of machines going. I need more electrical engines. I do need to get to the point where, and this is part of the thing that I've been like looking at and discussing as far as like trying to figure out how to proceed. I need to start working on the mall just in general, because there are specific pieces that I could have automated at this point, which are currently not. And I really should look into that. One of the things to consider is technically with the way these are set up here, I could start building my mall like right here. But I do have this big patch here that I do want to harvest off at some point as well. Part of the idea is we need to see where we have space to build the mall. There's technically space over here to the side, but we're going to run into the wall pretty quick. If I start it like right here, I could set up some basic dump outs here to provide. I think we'll probably lean into that method, I think. Aiming like this. Basically deciding that our... like that. Yeah. Because a lot of our sciences that we are producing here will be able to feed across the bottom and then up in. So like, for example, the purple and the yellow could go across the edge here and then could jump up and then go in from this angle here. So putting stuff here is not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, if we're going to do that though, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the advanced assembly machines first. That is going to be the ultimate goal, is to get the advanced assembly machines first. The entire point, either way, is that we want to set this up where we want to design this and set this up where the advanced assembly machines are crafting the majority of the main pieces, no matter what the main pieces are. The reason for that is because these guys have 50% base productivity, which is super helpful, especially for things that normally don't have productivity. Like, for example, assembly machines don't have productivity, but having advanced assembly machines making advanced assembly machines gives you 50% productivity on a non-productivity product, which is great. Anyway, so that's kind of the basis here of what we're going to try to do. The issue is a lot of this stuff is like, not like crazy expensive to make, but it's kind of annoying. Having some green here. So for example, we're going to go, okay, you guys across the bottom. Should I have you go in? Let's try in. So basically we're just going to go like this. We're going to throw this guy here, and then we're just going to go, I think I want to do this with the yellow, honestly. Yeah, so we're going to go like that. And then we're going to attach and say enable if this circuit is less than 1000, like that. And then this will be a prepare point like this. And then we're going to basically just copy and paste that same piece and just drag it over right here. And then give me some more yellows. And then this one is going to say if red is less than 1000. And then we're going to grab the same thing, drag it over and put it here. And then, oh, this one's going to be blue or purple. I don't know what color you want to necessarily color call that. Okay. And then this one's going to say if blue is less than 1000, let it through here. The reason why I set it up this way is that way if let's say for example, I have a bajillion reds on me, right? And I were to control click to trash them, I want there to be a chest that is designated for the resource to catch it. So like this will naturally fill, I think, to 5 stacks and then it'll stop. But if I control click this, it would dump and then fill the next like row and a half. And I want it to do that because it's cleaner to do it that way. Yeah, see, look at this. Look how good this is doing. Okay, and then how are you doing? You've got, ooh. Are you incapable of doing that part? And do I have that researched? I should have that researched. You to do blue. Okay, and then you to do blue. There are certain restrictions here on what some of these are allowed to do, which is what the issue is. I need to move those down one. Oh, that's actually, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It'll do. Okay, did we get lubrication plugged in? We did. We have lube going to here. Lube's going way over there for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why. If we go straight up here, it's not going to have a clean spot to go down through. This is kind of messy here. Lube right there would be fairly clean to place. And I think that's the closest we can do as well. So we're going to go like that. like that. Okay. And then, ooh, something got destroyed. Where was that at? This corner. Yep, something got destroyed here. Yeah, we took a little damage down on this edge. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab... Okay, we're going to grab a line of you guys, and we're going to remotely tell the bot to just fill in some excess guns here. Because clearly, whatever attacks are coming are too good. That they're getting through and dealing as much damage as they are. So, okay, we'll do that. And then we should have a fair amount of guns anyway. Like that. There we go. And then this side is doubled all the way down. The bottom is not. Yeah, we're just gonna feed this in real fast. This is a real easy addition that I can click a couple times and then I'm done, and then I don't have to manually go down and fill these later. They'll take care of it themselves, which is helpful. Okay. Like that. Okay. All right, I just doubled up my guns. Apparently, we were getting attacked. I'm not exactly sure how that works. I'm trying to decide if I have a mod installed that messes with that a little bit, because it would appear that we get certain amounts of like attack waves and stuff that are coming through that we don't necessarily provoke, you know? Normally what it is the pollution cloud forces attacks. Oh, hang on, so we can check this. So if we go here and go to pollution, if we look here, yeah, in the last hour, I've not fed any actual biter nests. Yeah, see, I've barely touched any of these in the last, 5 or 6 hours. Realistically, all my pollution is going to trees and tiles and damaging trees because of pollution. So the majority of what we're doing is not actually reaching the map anywhere, which is interesting because it's like, I think one of my mods forces them to attack regardless of whether I'm actually polluting or not. And then the level of my, or the amount of my technology has been... Why are you not producing now? You should be producing and you're not. You are not producing. Not at all. What do you need that you're not getting? Because whatever it is, I'm going to call BS on it. Stone? Joke's on you. I have technology, nerds. Where's my... Yeah, I was going to say, I've got a thingamajiggy right here. See, things like stone and coal and even plastic are kind of a joke when it comes to sending them places, because most of the time I'm going to do it my way anyway. So like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, mark that down to like 1 because it's a stack of 500, which is kind of a lot. My boy, what's up? Okay, so we're gonna go 1. One, 2, like that. Like that. And then we're gonna do... Whoa. Okay, you guys are gonna produce me some stone. And then I want one of you to go out that way, and I want the other to go out that way. Yeah, I was like, you don't have enough stone. And I'm like, joke's on you, I have a lot of stone. Okay, so there's a lot of stone in. Okay, so you're now good. You're missing steel, you say. Which is right here. Steel is not feeding. which is kind of bizarre because I can't really think. Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be something stupid like, yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be something stupid like this. It's one of those last episode we tore up the piece and set it up differently. Oh, why are you not there? Yeah, so originally steel was being produced here. Last episode, steel was right here, and then it was going up and flowing right, flowing left, and flowing across. This time, there's now a machine over here, or it's a factory building over here, Factorissimo building, producing it and then spitting it back out. So, but now that we have that going, realistically, I should probably set this to be... We're going to do that real fast. Realistically, we should set this to do a stack. We should stack this, honestly. Yeah. Especially steel, because steel has a lot of... Oh, dear. Steel gets a lot of attention, like it's needed in a lot of places. Sorry, I have to think kind of hard about this as I do it so that it doesn't make a mess. Yeah, see, I didn't want that. That's exactly why I didn't have that turned on. I have some purples here, and I want them to be used for something specific, and that was not it. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. So usually the way I design this is I usually design this around, when I build my bus, I usually build it to have... I usually design it to have the intermediary products across the bottom and then the actual bigger objects up above. If I'm going to do that, though... I think what I want to do now is I think I actually want to grab these and yank them down and feed them... Yeah, and then this one, I'm going to run this one straight up, I think, and then over. I don't know what's going on lately. Something is bugged, and it's driving me nuts. So, it's acting like I'm right-clicking when I'm left-clicking, and I don't know why. That's supposedly it's just a quote-unquote known bug, but it has been like incredibly obnoxious because like when you right click, oh no, see, it didn't even do it right there. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know is the answer. All the controls that I think I know of what it's supposed to be doing are not what it's actually doing, so I don't know. Needless to say, it's very frustrating because I click one button and something else happens, and I'm like, I've got like 5,000 hours in this game. Like, what do you mean I'm clicking the wrong button, you know? Okay, real quick here, we're gonna go here and then here like that. Give me all that. There. The basis here is I want to do this a bunch so that I can kind of push out how far I want stuff to be, because realistically the ones that I want to be making are out here. Like realistically the bottom two, probably like this all the way across, are not going to be the ones I'm actually using. So, or like not for the part I'm doing. So like for example right here I'm going to say make this piece.